Hello, Pain Free for Life members. This is Dr. Rob from Pain Free for Life. Welcome to another Monday 10-minute training. Today, I kind of had a bit of a toss-up about what topic to talk about, but I decided that I want to talk about what seems to be everyone's favorite topic, which is scalar energy healing. Now, those of you who attended my it was very, very popular scalar waves training a few months ago, I think it was 3 months ago now, will remember this. We went through a lot of details about scalar healing there. However, due to some of the topics we covered, that video had to be removed from public viewing. So that's just one of the reasons I'm kind of doing a throwback to this now. I think I get questions about scalar almost every day. And honestly, it seems like the perfect time to do a kind of like a little refresher course on scalar energy. So why don't we do that? Why don't we dive right in? We've got about 9 minutes, and I think I can probably cover everything in that time. So what is scalar? Simply put, scalar waves are non-Hertzian waves. They are essentially nothing. By firing one wave into another, we are actually able to cancel out the electromagnetic field and create a field of zero, which is kind of a pure blank state. Now, we get to this through, we fire these frequencies by having two Tesla coils facing each other in the device. And then when they hit in the middle, they become nothing, right? So this is that kind of pure blank state. So you're not literally treating yourself with nothing, though. There is something there. What we end up having is random electromagnetic waves flying around in there. But in principle, the level of energy has been reduced to near zero, to an absolute minimum in the target area. So everything is kind of reduced in its clustering and the way it works. So if a scalar wave creates a 0-point field, what effect does this 0-point field have on our bodies, right? That's what we want to know. So our body has an electrical field. Our cells are electrical. Fundamentally, we are beings of electricity. Remove the electricity from our cells and our body starts to break down, and eventually we will die. Have too much electricity in it, the same can occur. Just like a computer needs the right voltage to run, so does our body. Every cell in our body requires that right amount of voltage. Microcurrent can supplement this. It recharges the cells, it gets them back to work. But what if the cells are overcharged, clumped, and just all around full of junk? And they don't know what to do. They don't know how to function. Now, I like to liken this to a computer. I'm sure we've all been there when we have a computer or a phone or something that's running really, really slowly. It's really poorly running. There's obviously loads of different problems that it could potentially be. But one of the first things that we should try is to turn it on and off again. It's to reset it. It's a logical way of going about it. So a quick reset, and suddenly we can begin to see the computer work at least a little smoother, if not a lot smoother, for a certain period of time. So the ideal situation would be if we could shut off our body. To a certain extent, sleep does this. When we have a good night's sleep, we kind of get a bit of a reset. But not everyone, in fact, most people don't sleep enough, and they're not getting a good night's full sleep anyway. So we need to reset our body's computer. That's what we really want to do. It's easier said than done, but this is kind of where the Scalar Chi comes into play. Projecting scalar waves creates this 0-point field, bringing all the cells within the field in line with each other on a super low Hertzian level. So it's kind of like we freeze time in that moment, and we reset the body, and we bring all of these varying levels of cellular craziness down to one level. And this gives the body a chance, the cells a chance at a fresh reboot. So scalar waves are purely natural waves. They operate on the same level as the Earth. This is why we tend to look to the evolution and the pro sport to provide us with the appropriate frequencies to power the field in an effective way. Because we don't want to create a really extensive field where we're not really able to do anything in it. We need a calmer field in there. I'm noticing some people saying that we may have frozen here. I'm still going on my end, so hopefully things are still going for most people. So you need kind of this like calm, natural frequency level. If we had a high energy level, we're not really balancing where we need to be for scalar energy. So we can turn to the Earth's pulse or the Schumann resonances to determine this. So this is sort of the EMF field of the Earth itself. And these frequencies, they harmonize our bodies, and they're the most natural form of electromagnetic field that there is. They're something that we actually need for our cells to function. It's like a language. They need to get these signals to keep going. So it stands to reason that these frequencies are going to allow us to create the perfect scalar wave, right? Now, these go from about 7.83 to actually way up in the 50 hertz range now. But 7 hertz is really where we want to be. The 7 to 12 is as close as possible to a pure Schumann resonance wave. And so it makes for the best program to power the Scalar Chi. So now we know what Scalar does, right? How do we use the Scalar Chi? Well, there are many, many protocols that use scalar waves, but most operate on the same principles. And so what we would be doing is we would be using the scalar here. This is the Scalar Chi. I'm really hoping I can see in the camera now. I was like, I'm really hoping I'm not holding up the wrong device. Okay. And it has a specific wire that has this weird little twist bit on it. So you make sure it lines up and you slot it in, and then you twist it and you keep twisting until it locks. It'll lock in place. Once it's locked in place, it's good to go. Now, this end plugs into your device, so you need a device to power it. I'll just use this Evolution I have sitting here. 7 to 12 hertz is the program that we're looking for, or FM 712A. And we want the power to be either at a comfortable power level or maximum. So if you can't feel it at all, then you can set it to maximum. If you can feel it, you want to sort of stop it where you can feel it. Now, I never really used to notice these, but I do notice them now. So I hold the plus button down until I feel it, or until I don't feel it and it stops letting me increase the power. So from time to time, especially depending on the area, I will feel this. I'll feel kind of a buzzing. Okay, so I'm at maximum power. I don't feel it today. So what I would do is, now I've got this geared up, I would actually just point this wherever I needed to treat. It doesn't actually matter whether it's your brain, whether it's your prostate, whether it's your chest. There's not really any harm that can be done. You've got a very, very low level of energy here, right? So you kind of point and treat. You pick and choose your areas that you want to treat, whether it be a painful wrist, a brain injury, something on your throat. You can actually point the device at the area and use it to get those effects. Now, modern Scalar Chis will have a little light on them that will flash on and off at intermittent amounts as the energy is pushed through. So it doesn't matter if the light is flashing or if it's really light, as long as you can see it going on there, you know you've got that power to the device. So you just kind of point and you treat. It's super, super easy to do, right? So there are, as I said, there are many protocols that use scalar waves, but most operate on those basic principles. If you have the device, you have the scalar, you set it to 7 to 12, and you point and you can treat. It doesn't really matter what it is that you're trying to treat. And yes, if you have a Genesis device, you can also use scalar waves. Now, this is not something we used to promote because you don't have a Schumann level setting for the Genesis, but there has been some kind of beta testing going on internally here where we've been using blue stimulation with the scalar as a mode to power a scalar wave. They're non-Hertzian, so theoretically, they don't care about frequency. All they care about is the canceling out. But what we do notice is that there are more intense levels of fields, right? If I'm using it at blue stimulation, I'm much more likely to feel it than if I am at 7 to 12. That may be desirable, it may not be. But preliminary tests have shown quite a lot of success at treating pain and some eye conditions with the Genesis and the Scalar Chi using blue stimulation. So there you go. It's an incredibly simple treatment that can yield many amazing results and can be used for so many different things. So I hope that you found this video helpful. Thank you for watching. If you did find it helpful, as always, I'm going to ask you to hit the like button. When you do this, it bumps it further up the page, which means more people get to see it. So the more people that like the video, the higher it climbs on the page, more people see it, etc. More people get to benefit from these little trainings. So that's it. If you have any questions, please use the comment section below. I will be sure to go back and answer those questions. I really hope that the video was a smooth process here and it didn't have too many glitches. We've had massive storms here in BC, and we've got a lot of issues with internet and power and everything, so that may have interfered a little bit. I hope it didn't ruin anyone's experience. So otherwise, I hope to see you next week for our next Monday 10-minute training. Take care and have a good week.